everyone, rideshare reseller, and I'm coming to you from inside my garage here in beautiful, hot California, Northern California, San Jose area, Silicon Valley. And you can see I've got the sunlight coming in, and if I didn't have that garage door down 3/4, that would be a major problem. I would be pretty darn toasty. So anyhow, we're gonna talk about the items that I sold yesterday and what I'm shipping out. And we'll get to those in a second. And I was going to ask you guys a question. Hey, what do you guys listen to? When you're working in the garage or your eBay shipping area, me today I'm listening to John Lee Hooker. John Lee Hooker is amazing. I love the blues. I love rock and roll. I love 70s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s, that kind of thing. I love all that music. I listen to it over and over, and occasionally something pops into your head that you haven't listened to in a while, and I haven't been listening much to John Lee Hooker or the blues, so I've been listening to him for about 2 days now, and it's quite amazing. When you listen to a guy like that, he's pretty amazing. And it's going to tie in because this is how I'm going to show you this first item, and the first item kind of got me in the mood of that, kind of how I started looking and getting back into something like that. So anyhow, let's take a peek at this first item, and I'll show you why I was listening to John Lee Hooker. It is not a John Lee Hooker item, but it is. I have a John Lee Hooker item off of this. All right, so I answered an ad on Nextdoor, and a lady was, well, I didn't answer. What I did was I put a free wanted ad, and she contacted me. So that's another way that I use Nextdoor. I put old guy needs electronics, albums, that kind of thing. And so she text messaged me or IM'd me through Nextdoor, said she had some 8-track tapes, and my radar went up. So I went over, and she had 150 8-track tapes and about 30 CED laser disc, and she wanted to get rid of them all together. So she sold them to me for $100. So I paid $100 for them. Usually I don't like to do that, but I figured, hey, you know, when things are going good, you might as well just take a chance anyhow, right? So the laser discs aren't going to get me much. Those CEDs, if I can get, I got a couple in there that I can get a few dollars. So say I get $50 for those. I think that's about the max. I believe there's about 30 in there. So I can get about $50 is all. That's half my money back. So I'm going to count these 8 tracks as about a $50 purchase off of that. And the first one up, I'll show you, well, I'll show you the second one up because the second one sold. This is the second one. This is David Bowie images. You can see she took really good care of these. Now, these are hard to find, number one, but they're hard to find in good condition because they're terrible to store. If you're in your car, you threw them in the back seat, you threw them under the seat, you threw them in the glove box on top of the dashboard. Yeah, sometimes you'd see cars full of these things because they're just too big to store easily. So when you find them in pretty good condition, that's, you know, that's going to help you a lot. So this David Bowie one sold for $15, sold pretty quickly within 1 day. Now, the one that surprised me and got me going into John Lee Hooker was this one, Felonious Monk. You know, he's a blues guy too, plays the piano. You can kind of see how this is in pretty good shape. So I put this guy up, and I really had no comps because there was no competition against it. So I had to kind of feel my way around. This guy sold for $49.95. Yeah, $50 basically, and $6 shipping. Felonious Monk, amazing, right? Amazing. Now here's the kicker. You're gonna get. I don't have the tape in front of me, but there's a tape in the collection by a group called the MC5. Now, the MC5 have one song that I know of, and you can't really say it on you. I won't say it, but it's called Kick Out the Jam Mother. Okay, there you go. That's what they're known for. But they're also collectible. And this particular 8-track tape, one just sold on eBay. I mean, it looked like I'd been run over by a truck. Okay, that bad. Had 8 bids and sold for $51. I put mine up. Mine is in good condition, just like John Lee Hook. I mean, just like Felonious Monk is right here. And I've got it up for $90. So I've already got watchers on it. It's probably going to sell for right around that price. Someone else has one up for $150. So don't pass up stuff like the 8-track tapes. Those are pretty darn good, especially rock and roll. Again, anything rock and roll, albums, so forth, so on. Dig on them, try and find them, and you go from there, all right? All right, next up, let's take a look around. We'll save one interesting one for a little later. This guy I got last night. Not much, but I got this little guy last night on a pre-estate sale look. And basically what happened here was one of my friends, picker friend Brian, called me up and said, hey, Mike, they're having this estate sale. And the guy said maybe instant message him. He might, maybe he'll let you come over. So I did. And the guy said, hey, come on over, because he had a turntable that I was kind of interested in. And that's going to have to show up later, but it's by AR, Acoustic Research. And so I went and looked at that turntable and a few other things. So I got a preview of the whole place. Now, they were high priced on everything kind of in the estate sale. They had old VCRs, that kind of stuff that they were trying to get $40, $60 for. I knew they weren't going to get that. So I left that stuff behind, hoping to pick that up today. And long story short, I got the turntable along with this and another piece. And a very, very vintage stylus, extra stylus, came with that turntable. So this guy here ended up selling for about 13 bucks. Not much, but it was a throw-in, and I sold it within one day. So I'm already 13. The turntable and everything that I bought last night cost me 80. So I did spend 80. So this guy was a quick flip. It is a video tape eraser magnet. Okay, these things are still usable. People still buy them. All right, look for that. All right, up next. So, and I have 16. Let me get. You know, I'm way off, right? I have 16 items sold. Now, I give you the total sale, not including tax, shipping, and eBay fees and all that, whatever that is, right? $621, 16 items. Average selling price is right around $39. My overall average selling price is $58. So I'm actually below that, but I'm happy. I got rid of 16 items so far, and that makes me happy. Now, to show you the difference, if you look at the eBay total on your left side, upper left, when you see that, I could have told you 830, but that would include the shipping and sales tax and so forth. So I don't do that. I tell you the actual sales price, and this is $621 for all 16 items. All right. Next up, interesting mug. I had it for a little while. I think I only paid $2. Sold for $17.50. Now look at this. All right. That's Harvey Milk, I think. He's from my area. Gloria Steinem. You're gonna see Angela Davis. Politics might not line up with this. There's Malcolm X, and this is Fish's Body, I think is the name of it. Sold for $17.50 plus $9.95 shipping. Interesting little mug, and these times are kind of political, so I won't go into that too much. But I think some of you know where I stand. It's not with this. Sorry. Anyhow, hey, it's cool. I mean, I'm not against it. Is that Ruth? No, I thought Ruth Bader Ginsburg was on here. No, I don't think she is. Oh, hey, look at that. There we go. Someone who just passed away. There's John Lewis right there. John Lewis. An interesting man, right? You think about people like John Lewis. He's an interesting guy because he goes way back to the 60s. You know, you don't think about that. He's very interesting to me because he's gone through such a period of history in the United States. So it's fascinating that he's gone through all that. I was too young for that, but he was a little bit older. So fascinating. All right, next up, let's take a look at this guy right here. Very small piece that I picked up at a garage sale. It is a Pioneer faceplate to a stereo. I could not test this, okay? So I told the person if it doesn't work, free return on it. You know, I'll take their trust that they will make sure that it's, if it works, they'll say yes, you know what I mean? So these are kind of interesting. Don't pass these up, these little guys like this. This guy here sold for $34.50 plus shipping, $34.50, and it's first class. Really cool. All right, let's take a look down here. I'm gonna kind of pick it up just a little bit. So I gotta go get one item. I think it's way over there. All right, shoes. Picked these up this week and they sold pretty quick. I cleaned them up. What's good is, you know, if you just do a little cleanup, everybody does it, you know, little leather care on that. The soles are kind of beat up. That's the best I could do. These are LL Beans, and bean boots. This guy sold for, I think, $45. I want to make sure. $45 and then shipping on top of that. So 45 bucks for these shoes. All right. We'll flip right behind me. There we go, right behind me. This guy, you probably, maybe if you saw one of my videos, this big guy. He is a Tonka vintage, made in the USA, steel tractor. This one's actually going overseas, and this guy sold for $69.95 plus shipping. I'm gonna have to do a good job packing this because it is going overseas, so it's gonna be a little tricky. But that was off of that big church garage sale where I found all kinds of goodies, right? All kinds. You saw a lot of that stuff. So, and it's selling pretty good. All right, let's spin around here and pick up this little. Oh, I love holding all this heavy stuff. All right, another Nextdoor item. This was free. Lady said, "Hey, come pick these magazines up," and I did. Surfer's Journal, and there's, I don't know, 10 or 12, something like that. Took a little while to sell. I didn't mind. It sat on my shelf over there. And the reason I don't mind is I think it's sold for, I'm looking. Oh my gosh. I think they sold, there they are. $44. 44 bucks. Oh my gosh. You think I would remember some of these things. $44. Let's take a look around. What else we got? What else? This is kind of interesting ones because you see these. This guy here was my neighbor, gave me 2 of these. This sold for $20 and $17.95 shipping. So this is free. Shipping will be about $14, so I'll make a couple bucks. So you're looking at $23 off of something free. This is for a bike. Like they call them women's bikes, but they don't have the bar, so you need to put this on so you can put the bike on the bike rack on the back of the car. That's what these are. If you find the Yakima ones, for some reason, you will get a little bit more, but they're all basically the same and do the same. You might get 20 for this. The Yakima, you might get 25. All right, let me go get one big item. I think it's over here. Coming back. Look at that, nice. Space Age, another stereo amplifier. This one is Iowa. There it is, Iowa. And when this turns on, it's really kind of cool. Very cool looking when it's on. But anyhow, this guy was another, free item off Nextdoor. I got 2 of them. Got that one, and I got a JVC. So that's sitting over there. So this one sold. And this guy sold for $89.95, and I believe there's some shipping, $24 or $29 on it. And that's going to somebody in Georgia. Again, you cannot believe how much free stuff I do find, right? Or really good stuff I find on Nextdoor. All right, let's go back over to here. Now, this is the last one. I've talked to you about photography equipment over and over. And this is another one. This is the last one. I wish I had about 10 of these. That's that negative carrier. This is the last one. I had 3 of them. 2 sold for $49.95 or $50 each. 1 sold for $64. So $165 off of 3 items. My total investment on this whole photography lot is 30 bucks, 20, 10, and then another set free. I thought in the last month I found that. So I've got a bunch more. I've sold actually more. I just haven't included that in here, but there's 3 items right there. $164 off of just that. So do not pass up the old photography equipment. A lot of good money in there, and you will sell it. It might take you some time on the other stuff, but some of the key stuff goes very, very quickly. All right, let me find one more. Gotta go back. Be right back. Coming back. You can tell I'm not organized. Never. Anyhow, this one I just bought this week. I paid $1.99 at a local thrift store. This is cool. This is a Ron Bacardi pitcher. It's actually mint. Take a look. It's beautiful. You know, no paint missing, nothing. Going overseas again. And this guy sold, believe it or not, for $44.95 plus shipping. And it's glass. I'm not a big glass collector anymore. I bought glass before. This is probably the first piece of glass I've bought in months. But you know, obviously you see it, you don't pass it up, especially at $1.99. So a good find there. All right, let me put her down. Don't break it. We're gonna do one more. Let's do two more. Let's do two more items real quick. So I just think this one's kind of cool. It's not much, but it's cool. Look at that little interesting little surfboard. It's by Hang 5. Can't remember where they're out of, but it's very cool. It's made out of maple. And this guy here sold for $20 and $19.95 shipping, but it's going locally, so it's only going to cost me about $10, so $30, and I paid $4 for this. So really, really, really good find right there. All right, let's go take a look at one more item here, and this one's the big one. So I got this guy, and I was at the thrift store, and one of my friend pickers was there. He said, "Hey Mike, I got something in my car you might be interested in. I don't know what to do with it." He thought it was worth a lot of money. I kind of thought maybe it was worth something. Long story short, we worked out a deal where I paid $10 for this item. $10. Someone's starting the car, so I'll wait a second here. But I paid $10 on this guy. Here it is. That's it, folks. $10. Pristine in the wrapper. All right, and let me see what you can see the year on it. Year on it somewhere. Right here. Here you go. There's the year. Focus on me. 1962. Pristine. I mean, this is rare to find this. No rips, no tears. The color of the box is excellent. Sold within 1 hour for $89.95. $89.95. And the guy, rightfully so, the guy sent me a little note, said, "Hey, package it pretty well, right?" The collector, you can tell, at $89.95. I think it's going to stay in the wrapper, probably sit on his shelf. The color is beautiful on it, and it's going to be packaged really nicely. There you go. All right, there you go, guys. That is the items. There's a few missing I didn't put in there, but that's $621 worth of stuff, 16 items. And again, many thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.